If you are over 60 and your feet still feel cold at night, if your ankles swell by evening, if your calves burn, ache or feel heavy after a normal day, then the most common advice you hear may be the exact reason you are still stuck. Walk more. Now let me be clear right from the start, walking is good for you. Please keep doing it. But if walking alone was enough to fix poor leg circulation, a lot more people would already feel better. And they don't. Because there is one specific movement that actually helps push blood out of the lower legs and back up toward the heart, and ordinary walking often does not activate it strongly enough. I'm your host, and in this video I'm going to show you the one exercise that matters most, plus 4 others that make it work even better. And if you stay with me to the end, I'll show you the exact movement many rehab programs rely on to help older adults improve blood flow, reduce swelling, and feel steadier on their feet. Because if your circulation has been getting worse after 60, this is not something to brush off. Poor circulation is not just about cold feet. It can mean your tissues are not getting enough oxygen. It can mean cuts heal more slowly. It can mean swelling, skin changes, pain when walking, and in some people, it can be an early warning sign that the blood vessels themselves are under stress. That is why this matters. So before you click away thinking, I already know this, walk more, drink water, put your feet up, give me 2 minutes. Because the reason blood gets trapped in the lower legs has less to do with your step count than most people realize. It comes down to one muscle. Your calf. Doctors sometimes call it the calf muscle pump, and for good reason. Every time your calf contracts, it squeezes the deep veins in your lower leg and helps push blood upward against gravity. Tiny one-way valves inside those veins help keep that blood from falling back down. That is your built-in pump. That is the system that helps move blood back toward your heart every time it works properly. The problem is that after 60, several things can start to change. The calf muscles often get weaker. We spend more time sitting. The veins can become less efficient. And if the pump is weak, blood starts lingering around the ankles and feet instead of moving upward the way it should. That is when people start noticing the signs. Swelling by evening. Cold feet at night. Heaviness in the legs. Aching calves. And that shaky, uncertain feeling when they first stand up. And here is the encouraging part. You do not need an expensive machine. You do not need to walk for miles. And you do not need to just live with it. What you need are a few specific movements that wake that pump up and make it work again. I'm going to count down 5 exercises from helpful to most powerful. And I'm saving the best one for number 1. Number 5, ankle pumps. This is the one almost everybody underestimates. It looks so simple that people assume it cannot possibly matter. But ankle pumps are often one of the very first movements people are told to do after surgery or long periods of sitting, because they help prevent blood from pooling in the lower legs. Here is why they work. When you pull your toes up and then press them down, your calf contracts and relaxes. That gentle squeeze helps move blood that has been sitting around your ankles. And the beauty of this exercise is that you can do it almost anywhere. How to do it? Sit in a sturdy chair. Keep your heels on the floor. Lift your toes up toward your shins. Then press the toes down and raise your heels. Move slowly and with control. That is 1 rep. Aim for 20 to 30 repetitions, 2 to 3 times a day. Do them while watching TV. Do them while reading. Do them while waiting for the kettle to boil. Because every long stretch of sitting is time when blood can start settling in the lower legs. Ankle pumps are simple, but they switch the system back on. They are especially useful if pain, balance issues, or fatigue make it hard for you to stay on your feet for long. But ankle pumps mostly wake the pump up. The next move goes after bigger muscles higher up the leg. Number 4, seated leg lifts. This one helps more than people expect, because it does not just challenge the lower leg. It recruits the front of your thigh and your hip muscles too. Those are the muscles that help you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, and catch yourself when you feel unsteady. And when those muscles contract, they also help support blood flow through the leg. How to do it? Sit tall in a sturdy chair. Keep your back against the chair. Slowly straighten one leg out in front of you. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds. Lower it back down slowly. Repeat 10 to 15 times. Then switch legs. The key detail. Do not rock backward or use momentum. Keep the movement controlled so the muscles do the work. If it becomes easy, add a light ankle weight or a resistance band. This is not just a circulation move. It is also a mobility-preserving move. And that matters, because lower body strength and walking ability are strongly tied to independence as we age. Walking is important, yes. But walking alone often does not challenge these muscles enough to slow the decline. This exercise starts closing that gap. But now we move to the muscle that matters most. Number 3, supported calf raises. This is where circulation and balance begin to come together. Because every time you rise onto the balls of your feet, your calves contract harder than they do during casual walking. That stronger squeeze helps push blood upward. And at the same time, you are training the exact muscles that help keep you stable when you trip, stumble, or step off balance. How to do it? Stand behind a sturdy chair or at a kitchen counter. Lightly rest your hands for balance. Keep your feet hip-width apart. Rise slowly onto the balls of your feet. Pause at the top for 2 to 3 seconds. Lower down slowly over about 3 seconds. Start with 10 reps. Work toward 20 to 25 over time. 2 things matter here. The pause at the top. The slow lowering phase. That is where the calf works hardest. And that is what makes this more effective than simply walking around the house. If you have ever felt like your feet are not quite listening to you, or that your ankles feel weak and unreliable, this is one of the best exercises to rebuild confidence safely. But now we raise the challenge. Number 2, single leg stance hold. At first glance, this looks like a balance drill. And it is. But it also keeps the leg muscles, especially around the calf and ankle, switched on continuously. And that sustained contraction can help keep blood moving instead of letting it settle. Here is why this matters so much. Research has shown that the simple ability to stand on one leg for 10 seconds is associated with better long-term health and function in older adults. In other words, balance is not just about avoiding falls. It is a window into how well the body is holding up overall. And among adults in their 70s, many people cannot do it. So yes, this is a balance exercise. But it is also a circulation exercise. And a confidence exercise. And a fall prevention exercise. How to do it? Stand next to a wall, counter, or sturdy chair. Keep one hand close for safety. Shift your weight onto one leg. Lift the other foot just an inch or 2 off the ground. Stand tall. Look straight ahead. Hold for 10 to 20 seconds to start. Switch sides. Do 2 rounds per side. As you improve, build toward 20 to 30 seconds and use your support hand less and less, but keep safety first. The reason this works is simple. Walking puts you on one foot for a split second. This forces the supporting leg to stay active for much longer. And that longer, steadier squeeze is what makes it so powerful. But even this is not the best one. Because there is one move that gives you the strongest version of the calf pump of all. Number 1. Standing calf pump hold. This is the exercise I really wanted you to stay for. Because if I had to pick just one movement for poor leg circulation after 60, this would be it. It looks similar to a calf raise. But one small difference changes everything. The hold at the top. When you rise onto the balls of your feet and stay there for a few seconds, your calves stay fully engaged. That sustained squeeze gives the veins more time to move blood upward, instead of letting it sink right back down. This is the calf pump working the way it is supposed to. And that is why exercise programs aimed at improving walking tolerance and lower leg function so often rely on repeated calf work. How to do it? Stand behind a sturdy chair or at a counter. Place your hands lightly for support. Feet hip-width apart. Rise slowly onto the balls of your feet. Hold at the top for 3 to 5 seconds. Breathe normally. Keep your eyes forward. Lower slowly over 3 seconds. That is 1 rep. Start with 8 to 10 reps. Gradually work up to 15 to 20. And do not rush. The hold is the whole point. That is what keeps the pump engaged. That is what helps move blood up out of the lower legs. That is what can help with swelling, heaviness, and that sluggish feeling in the feet and calves. And because there is no jumping, no pounding, and no complicated equipment, it is gentle enough for many older adults, as long as they do it safely and keep a hand nearby for balance. A simple 12-minute routine. Now here is how to put all of this together. If you want a simple daily plan, do the 5 movements in this order. Ankle pumps. Seated leg lifts. Supported calf raises. Single leg stance holds. Standing calf pump holds. The whole thing takes around 10 to 12 minutes. That is it. Not an hour. Not 10,000 steps. Not some complicated gym routine. Just a short sequence that directly targets the muscles that help blood move out of your legs. If you are consistent with it, what many people notice first is not some dramatic overnight transformation. It is smaller things. Their ankles are less puffy by evening. Their feet feel warmer at night. They feel steadier getting up from the couch. They feel more confident on stairs. And for a lot of people, that confidence is everything. Because once you stop feeling like you might tip over, you move more. And once you move more, everything tends to improve. One important warning. Now let me give you the caution I would give anyone I care about. These exercises are for the slow, everyday kind of poor circulation and leg weakness that builds up over time. But if you ever get sudden severe pain in one leg, a leg that turns pale, cold, or numb, sudden major swelling in one leg, a sore on the foot that will not heal, do not just sit at home doing exercises. Please get medical attention quickly, because sudden changes can be a sign of something more serious, and that needs proper evaluation. Final recap. So let's bring it all together. If walking has not been enough to help your legs feel better, it may be because walking alone does not fully activate the one system that matters most: your calf muscle pump. So here are the 5 movements again. Number 5, ankle pumps. Number 4, seated leg lifts. Number 3, supported calf raises. Number 2, single leg stance hold. Number 1, standing calf pump hold. If you only remember one thing from this video, remember this. Walking is good, but walking alone leaves a gap. And the standing calf pump hold is one of the best ways to fill it. It takes just a few minutes a day. It costs nothing. And you can do it right at home. Your legs have carried you this far. A few honest minutes a day can help them carry you a lot farther. If this video helped you, like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Which of these 5 are you starting with first? Take care of your legs, and I'll see you in the next one.